WolfGxngDon, never lacking. 2K bills to the fraction, breaking it down to the pound, puts news and views on tips to get you cracking. It don't stop till we on top, boy, brick by brick, we gotta build. Give a like and drop a sub, this WolfGxngDon, you know it's real. Never chill, sauce it up, we stacking, getting bills. Peep the traction, getting badges, 2K champ, this how it feels. This the dawn, yeah, running it up, no time to play. You know what's on, yeah, the greatest builds inside 2K.
Alright man, so in today's video we'll be making the best power forward I think of all time, man. Tim Duncan, the big fundamental, man. But only thing I need to see from y'all, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm dropping bangers all of 2K22 into 2K23 on the grind to 2K. Now for the body settings, we're going 6'11", 249 pounds, 7'5" for the wingspan, and for the body shape, we're gonna go with defined, but as usual, that is completely up to you, man. Do what makes your player look the best to you. All right, to get started with the actual attributes on this build, we going crazy high with the close shot, man. We are going with a 90 on the close shot because we have to be able to finish like crazy in the paint with this build. And you see we get fast twitch, we get grace under pressure, we get a lot of those badges that we're gonna need to be just a complete menace on the inside. We will be skipping over drive and layup and drive and dunk just to make the build more balanced, because there's a lot of things this build has to have in order to actually be like a Tim Duncan comp type of build. So with the standing dunk, we can go to a 90 to get that posterizer on gold. Depending on how you want to play with this build kind of determines a lot for me. Me making this build, I would be more of like a finesse type, post type player, kind of like what he did, but you can bang down low with this build. With the post control, we're going to go with a 96, man. We need a lot of those post badges on Hall of Fame. For the shooting, you know we got to go crazy. We're going max out mid-range and a maxed out 3. For the mid-range, that's going to be an 85, and for the 3, that's going to be a 79. So with that mid-range, you know, we're going to be hitting a lot of those post fades. So already have in your mind that we're going to put that fade ace thing on. And then for the free throw, I like to make sure I always stick within that range, that 65-ish to about 75. So make sure you have that up there in that range, just so you don't leave any points on the free throw line, man. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to lose a game because you missed a couple free throws, man. Go ahead and put it up to about that 66 or that 65 to 75 area. Turn on real player percentage and go ahead and rock out. Now for the pass accuracy on this build, we not going crazy high. We just gonna go with a 75. And we just gonna rock out like that. You don't really need like a bunch of playmaking badges on this. Typically, when you get the ball on this, go ahead and be ready to score. You got those post fades, which are so hard to stop, man. If y'all haven't used that fade ace badge, I highly suggest y'all put it on and go crazy with it. Now with the defense on this build is really gonna be a banger, like for real. So we're gonna start off with the interior defense. We will be going with a 99. The perimeter, we're gonna max it out, and it's only gonna go up to a 63, but you know, with this build being a little undersized, like you might have to play the center in some situations, or you might be on a guy that's a little bit bigger than you. So you're gonna need a little bit of that lateral quickness in order to play defense better. Just trust me on that. With the steal, we're gonna go with a 70, just so we can still play those passing lanes. I want this build to be able to play the lanes and do a lot on defense. And now for the block, we're gonna go to 99. We gotta have a lot of those badges to be able to battle down there with a lot of those bigger players. And the rebounder, we're just gonna go ahead and go crazy with it, a 97 on both offensive and defensive rebounding. We don't get rebound chaser on Hall of Fame, but I think even with gold, you'll be just fine. This build does have a long wingspan. You're almost 7 foot. You'll be okay. And what you lack on, actually, I don't see any lack on defense, but what you lack on offense, you can definitely make up for on the other side by creating turnovers, being in the passing lanes, getting those stops. You'll be able to do a lot with this build. And you cannot skip out on the physicals. Of course, we never do. We're gonna max out the speed at a 64, max out that acceleration at a 61. We're gonna take strength up to a 78, keep vertical right where it's at, and then we're just gonna go ahead and put the rest on stamina, man. And the build comes up with a final badge count of 20, 25, 9, and 38, man. I'm telling you, this build is a menace on the defensive end, and you can definitely get it done on the offensive end. We're gonna go ahead and talk about some of the badges so I can show y'all what I would do in order to make this build the best build it can be. But first, we got to get into those takeovers, man. So we do have a few different options. You got sharpshooting, you got rim protecting, you got glass cleaning, and you have post take. For me, I'm going with post take to make it true to who Tim Duncan was, we're gonna go with post shot daggers. Then for the second one, it completely depends on your play style. I mean, honestly, both of them do, but if you plan on being out on the perimeter a lot, using this build more like a stretch, you can go with spot up. Or if you want to be more of the defensive anchor, you can go with rim protecting. But I'm gonna probably be using it to get boards more than anything else, like on the defensive end. I know I'm gonna probably be down there a lot trying to battle. They're gonna think this build a baby, and I'm not. So I'm gonna be big manning down there. So I'm gonna choose box out wall and complete the build. And now we made a two-way, 3-level score, shades of number 1. Look at that, Tim Duncan. Then we got Jaren Jackson Jr. and then Wendell Carter Jr. And like I said, we're gonna go ahead and test out the build so I can show y'all some of the badges that I would put on this build to make it the very best I possibly can. So we are gonna start out right here with fast switch on Hall of Fame, rise up on bronze. And then we got drop stepper on gold and hook specialist on silver. We do have a few more badges left. I just wanted to talk about it right here. This is kind of like the base. Like, you want to make sure you set up your build for doing exactly what you wanted to do. This is for me to get started with kind of like if I'm going to be using them down low a little bit more, still like a lot of finesse because I do have the hook specialist on there. Fast switch is a must. You're going to have that on no matter what you do. I just think that'll give you the best chance to be all around as far as like, you never know what you're gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have to be down low because you got a baby on you, you know? But if you do want to just go ahead and play out a little bit further, give the other big man a lot of space, put Dream Shake on, still have Grace Under Pressure, just because sometimes when having this post spin badge on, you get a little bit further than you expect. And then just put Unstrippable on to kind of round out the build. You don't want to get stripped by a lot of those smaller players. Post spin Technician does decrease the frequency by which you'll get stripped, but having Unstrippable on kind of just like puts the icing on the cake, make sure that the build is very solid as far as like handling the ball and handling that pressure down low. And this is how we're going to be doing it with the shooting badges. We're going to go with a silver blinders, fade ace on Hall of Fame. That is the most important badge that you'll have on this build. It's a very big part of the offense. You got all that post control and that mid range just for that badge. Just trust me, fades are so overpowered in this game. We got slippery off ball just to make sure that you can make it off those screens with that brick wall that we're going to put on. Catch and shoot on bronze. We got a dead eye on silver, sniper on Hall of Fame. And then Hot Zone Hunter, one of the most important shooting badges that you can have on any build because it'll just increase your percentage from the spots that you already shoot from. Make sure you do not neglect to put that Hot Zone Hunter on there. Any other shooting badges would honestly just be icing on the cake. I would probably add more badges somewhere else other than, you know, shooting. I think I would probably put them in Playmaking. And now for the Playmaking badges, this is what we got so far. We got a gold break starter. You won't be the primary rebounder, so you really don't need it like crazy high, but gold's good enough. Same with bullet passer. Then we got dimer and post playmaker. I'm a big fan of post playmaker for builds just like this because you will be in the post a lot, and you kind of want to make sure that when you passing out, your players receive that boost with that being open boost. And you know, dimer is the same thing. Let's say you catch the ball off a pick and pop, and you want to get it to the next player. Go ahead and give him that boost, man. Every now and then it's good to have, you know, just a player with a few badges just to help buff some of the things that the other team or that the other players on your team are able to do. And with all of these defensive badges, you kind of have a lot of versatility that you can apply to this build. But first things first, we will be putting brick wall on Hall of Fame. I just feel like if you have a build that can get it, I would definitely put it on. It'll help out your point guard so much. Hustler, we're gonna put that on silver. Post move lockdown, we can go ahead and have that on gold. Tyler's defender silver. Chase down, we're gonna put that on gold. Interceptor silver. Rebound chaser on gold. Box on bronze. I don't feel like you'll need it that much because you're not the primary rebounder. I mean, you can still help out a lot, but if you are the primary rebounder, then go ahead and put the badge up. Intimidator on Hall of Fame, that's a must. Pogo stick, of course, and then rim protector on Hall of Fame. The only thing I don't like about this build is that it doesn't get clamps, but that's all good. We do have that perimeter defense up a little bit, so we still have a little bit of lateral quickness. You'll easily be able to play the wing on the 2-3, like the corner, like not the wing, because that's going to be another guard, obviously. But yeah, you're going to be able to play the corner pretty well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this build video, man. That is all I got. I'm going to go ahead and slide on out. But before you do, make sure you check out some of the other videos on the channel. Drop a like, subscribe, of course. I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. Peace. And also, don't forget to tell me what y'all think about the build and any other build y'all might want to see.
Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Down a bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby, down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper got 'em talking nice to me. Guess that's why the